Hey everybody, Delta Flight
Want to take a
Gaming,
look inside?
back again.
Can't hurt.
We are still on LA Noire because it's Wednesday. This is on the second half of the Nicholson Electroplating DLC. Oh, we got a lot of stuff to cover, finish up this case, and there's a lot of, well not a lot, but there's a couple of topics I want to talk about. Okay, so we got a photo with the guy we were just talking to and some strange guy.
I don't think
Yep.
so.
What about you?
It doesn't appear to be connected.
Something on the second street.
That is Marie the Body McDonald.
Does Hughes have her on contract to RKO?
Yeah, I bet he does.
Is that everything? Oh. Alright, there's some more stuff to grab. Alright. So, yesterday, I played my first game of D&D. My buddy's wife, she's a big fan of the game, and I guess some of her old coworkers used to, like, you know, when the store was closed, they would...
Is that a Pratt & Whitney 4360?
Like, you know,
Sure
after the store was
is.
closed or whatever, they'd lock
You know
it
your
and
motor.
they would
Do you
play
mind if I
in
take
the
a look
main
at the
lobby
box, man?
for a
Getting
couple
her ready
hours.
for
or
sea
whatever.
trials, so be quick about it.
And so they decided that since they were trying to get some new people introduced, man, that is greasy.
What is the oily covering on the
So it
metal?
doesn't overheat
We coat the aluminum parts in linseed oil to preserve it from oxidization.
or rusting. But, so yeah, they're all in I think 4 different states or whatever now. They've all moved around. So we organized it pretty much just a, one-shot campaign. I think it went from, most of the people showed up at about 6, but I don't think we started it until 6:30. And it was done at 5 after 9. So it was really short. I've got a chaotic neutral paladin. It's, to me, whenever I play Diablo 2 or Diablo 3, I always run a paladin first because, I don't know, to me, paladin just kind of seems like one of those games, or the class that you can just kind of just, especially Diablo 2 when you get the multi-hit ability. You just run into a crowd and just multi-hit and just wipe out enemies left and right.
76 degrees.
And what's funny is I named my character Isaac Clarke because I was,
15 minutes
I was playing Dead Space. I literally was playing Dead Space and Castlevania, right before I started even to create my character.
24 degrees. Let's see where this is exactly.
The Bahamas.
The Bahamas. Somebody's already got their maiden flight planned.
Is that a bad thing? Oh, that's all the evidence.
Let's see what Tinker has for us. He's probably done tinkering with that camera by now.
So, yeah, the campaign was we're all in a town, and some supplies go missing. It's just a simple,
Tour, Mapes.
fetch quest,
Always happy
essentially.
to help the department. Hey, don't I know your face from the papers? You're the cop that's stripping that German broad.
Nah, I think you got the wrong guy, Vernon.
So, I have a feeling I'll probably play more. Definitely will play more. It was just kind of very basic and simple campaign just to
How are we gonna look getting around in this
get a taste for it, and it wasn't too bad. I mean, like me, I probably would. I think I would probably prefer like a campaign that
Well, we're
takes
selling this new process
a
to
couple
Hughes and cutting
weeks,
on Nicholson.
maybe a month
Looks that way.
to do,
This would never go off
just
the
so I
reviews.
can, you know,
Rid of middlemen dealing with stuff like this.
Someone like Mapes.
I don't know, just to try and kind
Middleman was
of
invented for guys like
get
this.
more in depth involved. Because I mean, because of the fact that I had no idea what I was doing, and like all the other players, I think there was me and one other player who had never played D&D, and there were 6 of us total. So like me, I like unless it was like my turn for combat,
Must be a tough break.
I
being
really didn't
separated
say
from your
much
kids,
at
fellas.
all.
They're fine. They've got their mother and they've got each other.
What about you?
What about me?
What
Just
have you got?
you know,
A
just
friend of
because I
mine is
didn't know,
helping
you
me
know,
through it.
what I could say, what I could do. So it's, you know, it's a learning process. It's kind of like when I first started learning to play Magic the Gathering. That was, you know, pretty much I was playing, you know, poorly, and I was asking questions absolutely left and right.
I may as well
I'm pretty
ask.
sure I've
Ask
probably
me
annoyed
what?
the hell out of a
Black
couple
Dollar.
players.
Who was
Just
it
kind of
that
like,
killed
hey,
that
can I do this? What
No
about that?
official
And,
charges have
I mean, I've been
pressed
playing
in the
Magic
case.
since
I know that. I'm not looking
4th
for the official
edition,
version.
so like
I made a promise to the department.
These are the
I
guys
don't
who
know,
soldiered
early
down
to
the
mid
river.
90s, and I'm still learning from the game. Yeah, oh. So yeah, that was pretty much my night last night. I actually, like I said, I enjoyed it. I think if it was a bit more, maybe a bit more in depth and maybe a little bit longer, I probably would have enjoyed it a bit more. But for what it's worth, you know, being a one shot, here's the introductory campaign. I'm not complaining. No. Whoa, shit. Okay. I'm a good driver, I promise. And this morning, I was watching the episode before I was getting ready. I went and was watching It's Always Sunny. The gang hits the Jersey Shore with the famous rum ham. Yeah, that's a great episode. Because it's just so, like, I don't know. I always like that episode because it's like you kind of get to see like Charlie get a comeuppance, not a comeuppance, but like he gets thrown, like life throws him a bone kind of thing. He spends the whole night with the waitress, you know, like actually enjoying it, and then you know obviously rum ham. Oh yeah, Wilshire Police Station has to like graphically fade itself in. All right. So the other thing that I wanted to talk about, and this kind of bugs me about it,
Any messages for me, Hopkins?
Not many you'd want to hear. Newspapers wanting interviews and rookies cussing you out mostly.
Nothing else.
Pinker wants you in tech services. Maybe you'll be more popular downstairs.
so anyways,
I have faith in the Lord.
fucking Crash Team Racing is getting microtransactions, and that to me,
Yeah, I'm thinking of moving up to a 45. I want to put them down
oh, the motorcycle just flew by.
Hey, Cole. You're not winning any popularity contests upstairs, you know.
Yes, we're aware. To me, it just, I don't think that it should have had microtransactions at all. Oh,
Come on.
Where do you stand?
I think you're a good cop, but I try and stay out of politics.
Everybody tries to stay out of politics, Ray.
Well, don't quote me on it, but I'm hoping that Parker will get the job and clean this place up. I have your photographs. You can use the magnifier. There's quite a lot of detail.
Very funny.
I think you're right, Ray. We have our man. You take a nice photo, Phelps.
Yeah, which just now the fact that Crash Team Racing's got the microtransactions in and whatnot, it just kind of makes it. Well, they're not there yet, but it makes it seem like
We need
it's.
to watch for a match for our John Doe.
I think they're coming
He's
like next
obviously the
week
competitive
or
bid.
here
You
short.
get this over to Lockheed so we can get a name for this guy.
It's kind of one of those, and a
It's
lot of
already
people are
on
saying
its
like,
way.
that Crash Team Racing is a hard game, and I've never played. I don't think I played anything past the demo on PS1.
Howard Hughes, millionaire, industrialist, aviator,
But,
and playboy. And Vernon
people say that
Mapes,
you have to get
ex-dirty
you have to
cop
get good,
and business
and
fixer.
if you're implementing microtransactions, you're kind
I
of
found a
taking
similar
away
tie
that
pin along with a dead guy in a
you know,
fridge.
get good kind of aspect where you're not you're buying your way through the game as opposed to actually
Excellent photography,
earning.
Tomoko.
You're
So
buying
Tomoko had the
the
goods on
reward
McClellan.
as opposed to earning the
Too bad they
reward.
blew the place to hell.
And I don't know. I think it tarnishes a game when you add it after, even before it tarnishes it just because.
Is this McClellan? Can anyone
But
make out the
if you
street
add
number behind him?
microtransactions in after, I think you kind of
You
tarnish
kids,
the game.
my eyesight?
Last one, 3941.
Cole, can you help me with a little experiment? Use the eyedropper in front of you. One drop from each of the bottles on the desk. Place the drops in the petri dish.
And he takes a step back. That's not ominous. Linseed oil. Is it acidic? Oh!
It's okay, guys. Just a little experiment.
You guys knock it off. Everyone's still jumping from that bang this morning.
Very funny, Ray. You just took a couple years off my life expectancy.
Did the same trick to me about an hour ago.
So that was the stuff that caused the explosion.
I think so. Acetic anhydride is almost as explosive as nitro, and when mixed with perchloric acid, it's very unstable. It needs to be cooled constantly. We used linseed oil. You could add any organic compound to trigger an explosion.
Huh.
3 little drops.
Yeah, and they were using 100-gallon vat.
Shit. Oh, the microfilm.
McClellan's patent application. So we have McClellan raising a patent and selling to Hughes, and Akamoto copying the details for Lockheed. Where does that leave Nicholson?
With a great big hole in the ground.
So it cleans aluminum.
I have a report I need to get finished for the grand jury, so if you don't mind.
All right, so we're off to our next destination. It only says I don't remember if we figured out if it's West or East 2nd Street, but we will find out soon enough. The other thing that I wanted to talk about that it's been making its rounds. I've seen it on a couple other video channels. It's the Eon 64 HDMI cable converter, which it's basically an HDMI out for 64, but it's a little plug and play. Which, to me, I'm okay with upscaling and maybe like smoothing out graphics on if you're like when you're playing like a PS3 game or a PS2 game, or if you're playing on the PS2 or 3, playing a PS1 game, you can do like smoothing and the options in it. You can do something like that to make the graphics look a little bit better. It's not going to be 4K resolution, but it's going to be pretty decent. It's going to make it look a little bit better. For me, with some of these HD, it upscales it to a certain point. Oh, we found the house. Alright, that is not good.
This place stinks of petroleum.
Yeah, someone's trying to burn the house down.
Avgas, if I'm not mistaken. It's all around the floor.
But with some of these items, like the Eon 64, the Eon 64 is $150. Like, there's only so much that you can, like, upgrade the quality before you start to see before you start seeing flaws. Oh, someone's going to
Hangstrom
Bahamas.
is flying today on TWA.
Hangstrom is dead, Cole. Why leave your ticket behind?
Maybe just cleaning up.
And I mean, you know, if you buy, there's one that's like, I think it's like $30, and it just looks bad, but you get what you pay for. But I think there's supposed to be there should be that sweet spot where $100. I know there's another one, not Eon,
Hangstrom and McClellan are the same man.
but oh, perfect.
The gas, Cole, the gas! We gotta get out of here right now! Look, by the stove! Shoot the gas line, Cole, we're out of here!
Oh, get out. I can't remember the name of the other one. There's another one that works for multiple, like, retro consoles.
There
Because
you
you
are,
take,
shitheel. Come on, he's not getting away from us.
like, the AV, or the composite or component cables to a hub, and the hub converts it up to the HD SCADA. That's kind of how that one works. And that one is about, I think it's roughly $100, which I can see being a bit more reasonable to purchase because it works on multiple systems, as opposed to it's $150 and only your 64 gets upscaled. I mean, don't get me wrong, if I got one to like, check out and review,
I need to be closer, Phelps!
yeah, he's gone. But yeah, like if I got my hands on it, it'd be fine, but I don't think I'm gonna spend $150 just for my 64. Plus, I don't know, to me, I kinda like playing old consoles on using original cables. It's just kind of a nostalgia factor for me, more than anything. That could have been really bad.
Shit. You security men, Cole. Stay on mates. Knock them off the road if you have to, but stay on that fucker.
And dumbass. He's still driving? Oh, okay.
Don't leave me hanging out here, Phelps. Move in!
Well, my car can only go so fast. Up. I saw that wobble. What are you? It's like a cat, right? Right when it's about to, like, have you ever seen that when a cat does the like butt wiggle and it's like, I'm going to go now? There's an achievement. Well, not this one.
Stop right there. Get out of the car.
Oh, not trying to take a screenshot.
Fire a warning round.
We're gonna have to go through all the security men first. I hope you're ready for a fight,
Aim at the
Cole.
tires.
So there's an achievement for shooting. It's 3 of the drivers when they roll up on before they get out of the car. And it took me. I didn't do it here. I did it later.
Shit. It really hurts.
Yeah, I think that took me, I don't know, a good 10 minutes, maybe 15. Did I get him? Holy shit. headshot.
I'm covering you! This is worse than a war zone.
For a dead man.
Lips dry. Throw out the guns.
Yeah, that was just a stupid mistake. Come on, show color. Oh, you're... That was a clear miss. I was not aiming at his head, but it counted. I'll take it.
Weapons on the ground, now!
I got to hook up. Sounds like someone's got a... Yep. Someone's got a BAR. Oh, that killed one guy.
You're covered.
Shit, it really hurts.
All right.
I'm covering you!
Yeah, that's not going to reach him. You should have been quiet opening up that door. How do I get up there? How the hell do I get up there? Seriously? Fucking door. No. All right, that was a little anticlimactic at the end, but
You're gonna have to explain this to me again. So the guy at the chemical plant, he's planning on selling his magic formula to another company and skipping town with his assistant, but he blows himself up before he can manage it. So why the dead body in the refrigerator?
Mapes, Captain. He was eliminating all competitors for the process. When it went bang, he burnt down the apartment to remove all connection between Hughes and the plant.
Mapes, right. I remember Vernon Mapes.
I remember.
The guy had good, honest cops hanging their heads in shame. Glad he's finally out of commission. I don't know if it'll do you any good, Phelps, but between the spruce goose and half the city exploding, you might just have made the case of the decade.
5 stars. 5 stars. Only. Hey, that's not too bad. All right. So, this is going to do it for this episode. You got. Oh, never
Good
mind.
morning, Doctor.
And a good morning to you too, Elsa. You look radiant.
Thank you, Doctor.
We haven't been seeing much of you lately, Elsa. You've been missing appointments.
I'm sorry, Doctor. I've been feeling much better.
That's very good to hear. And what has brought about this
It's
improvement?
the new man in my life. He's convinced me to fight my addiction.
Ah, the policeman from the newspapers. How has he coped with his fall from grace?
He can finally see things from a human perspective, rather than the ivory tower he created for himself. It's making him stronger. It's making me stronger helping him.
You wouldn't make a bad analyst yourself.
Wonder if she
Elsa.
actually put on the accent,
Should we
or she
swap
naturally
seats?
has that accent.
We're both finding we have a lot to
I mean, it doesn't sound fake, but
And what is that?
In my case, Lou
I don't know.
went through hell along with me and still came out smiling. In Cole's case, his friend, Jack Kelso.
Kelso?
You've heard of him?
No, I just like the sound of his name.
Oh yeah,
Cole
that's
and
what you
Jack are
like.
working on a case together.
Is Jack a policeman too?
No, he works for the district attorney.
What?
He's a special investigator. I thought you didn't know him.
I have never met the gentleman in question.
Yeah, but
He has been looking
Sounds
into
like
Lou's
you did.
case. Cole thinks it might be linked to some fires he's investigating. You look pale.
yeah, just spill the beans.
It's cold in here, Elsa. I think I'll close the window.
That's the door.
Why are you looking at me like that, Elsa?
You arranged for Lou to work at Elysian Fields, Doctor.
Your fears are unfounded. I meet many people in my line of work. There are many ways that people can be helped. Finding them work is just one of them.
I don't believe you, Doctor.
It's a good
I've
thing to
seen
not
you with
believe.
Monroe at the club.
I'm sorry that you have come to that conclusion, Elsa.
Yep, kind of saw this coming.
I've always so enjoyed our conversation.
Can we kill him now?
I can see your future, Elsa. And Cole, the policeman. And Jack, the investigator. It's an unfortunate and grisly end.
At least one person did. All right, so that is going to do it for this episode. You guys have a great rest of your day.
I've come to
Stay
help
awesome.
you, Doctor.
Like, share, comment,
To help you
subscribe,
cross over.
and I'll see you in the next video.
All your sins will be forgiven in the next life.